Welcome back to this Stadium of Light. Not the evening the Sunderland fans would have wanted here on Friday evening, going down to a 0-0 against Hull City, Danny. But you said smash and grab in commentary. Would you describe it as that now that the dust has settled a bit?
Yeah, probably, especially second half. I think, they weren't really threatening, were they? They made a couple of changes. Obviously, Billy Sharp come on and he played a part in the goal in a way, didn't he? Winning the corner, which obviously wasn't a corner. But we said it there. You've got to deal with it. The decision's been made. Got to get organised, do your jobs, and didn't do it last week at Ipswich. It cost us, set play, and same again this evening. We got away with the first one when it's come in. I think it was Greaves had a little flick at it. They win it back. Ball comes back in. Nobody's within 5 yards of Carvalho, and you said it's a half decent strike. He gets enough on it, doesn't he? And I think Dan Neil, isn't it? Unfortunately, just deflects it into the other corner. So yeah, that's the difference. Set plays are vital in football. The amount of games you win from. Obviously switching off from a defensive point of view and getting caught out, and that's the case again this evening. So massive opportunity missed to get back into the playoff positions. Let's play the game then, and we can discuss some of the points. And it was one of those games where there wasn't much to go on in terms of opportunities and analysis from our point of view. The fans will struggle to point to moments of the game where both teams could have done something more than what the scoreline suggests at the end. But Sunderland definitely better, certainly in the second half, and almost had Hull penned in, didn't they? Yeah, that's the frustration as well, and you can feel it in the stadium. I think Jack was getting a lot of joy in the second half. Thought Coyle handled him well in that first half, the 1v1. Second half, he was getting the better of him. Very fatigued, wasn't he, in the second half? Yeah, he was, but it's a nightmare for the full-back. Somebody keeps picking the ball up and driving at you, and he runs 20-30 runs a game from Jack, and he's constant, isn't he? Keeps on going. Looking back at the highlights, first half, Alex Pritchard got in some good positions at times, trying to drive us forward, getting on the ball, but didn't see it enough, and it becomes difficult. They set the stall out. Hull, yes, they say their squad's depleted in a way. They've got a lot of injuries, few players away, as we said, international duty as well. But yeah, we just found it difficult to pick that threaded pass through, and didn't we? That golden opportunity, especially in the second half, as you say, when we had a lot of ball in their half, in their final third even. But in terms of saves from Anthony Patterson, that's the only real save he's had to make there. It's a half chance from the full-back Coyle, isn't it, getting into the box. But from our point of view, how many saves has also had to make as well. Trey Hume had a good effort, didn't he, which we'll see in a minute. We had a few corners. How many corners did we have tonight? You've got them chalked down there. 12 corners to Hull's 1. But yeah, didn't really get on the end of one. Dan Ballard's had one, trying to get on the end of it. We put a bit of ball into the box there, but Hull have got numbers back there. So again, we didn't have that clear-cut opportunity, which would be the frustration as well. And I'm sure they're working on stuff on the training ground. Hemi has come on, had a good 20 minutes or so this evening as well, hasn't he? Rusin didn't get an opportunity in front of goal. Just looking at some of these clips we're seeing now, they broke it up a lot with those fouls, didn't they? They totted up a number of fouls. I think I caught about 16, 17 fouls throughout the game. 7 players on yellow cards as well. Yeah, so I think they may pick a fine up for that. I think if you get 7, you might get a letter from the FA, I think. But yeah, you see that one there, that we had to be patient and work it side to side at times, and then Luke wrapped it into Alex Pritchard's feet, little flip round the corner, and that's when we got in at times. But difficult to say, how many times have I said it where teams come up to the Stadium of Light, usually they're, not say the lesser teams or teams who are struggling down the other end, they know it's going to be difficult, and they bank it up, and it's difficult at whatever level you're at to try and play through them. Good shot there from Trey. There's the one from Trey, yeah, good save from the keeper actually. I think it was moving, you see it from this one, he strikes it sweet and it just starts to move, doesn't it? So he has to adjust himself slightly, the keeper there, good strong left hand on it, but didn't see enough save from him throughout the 90 minutes, did we? The goalkeeper didn't work him enough throughout the... This is the story of the second half. Jack Clark getting down that left hand side, and in the end we just couldn't find a red and white shirt in the middle. Yeah, and he mixed it up quite well, Jack. We know he likes to come inside. You can see they always got a man across there to try and help out, to double up and not allow him inside onto his favourite right foot, but he was happy to go on the outside, and he did 2 or 3 times in that second half. Jack got to the byline. This one, Dan, he's big and aggressive, isn't he? Little hand on his shoulder maybe stops him just getting to the top of his leap there to try and get over the top of it and get a little bit more on it. This one from Joe wasn't another strike. Not quite as clean as he would have liked. A little touch on it as well, and there's the big incident now. So Luke's tried to head it back, not enough on it. You can't see it from that angle as much. It's difficult. Listen, we again trying to help the officials out right there. There, it touches his head or shoulder, doesn't maybe it? Can't see it looking down the line, but ref probably can't see it, to be honest. But listen, they haven't scored from that within 2 seconds, have they? They've reset, it's gone out. We've not switched on well. We've got everybody back there. I half decent striking. He had a quiet game for it. I know he's been given man of the match, I think, and it was difficult to pick a man of the match, by the way, from a Hull point of view as well, I think. No real standouts as such, but all bodies back there, got to switch on. Who's spare there? Picks him out. Is it Morton, isn't it? Decent enough strike. And I think Anthony Patterson's probably got it covered going to his left-hand side, and Dan Neil, obviously, you've got to try and deal with it. And he just glances it and it goes the other way, and that's the difference on the evening. So you can see the disappointment on the lads' place, and they'll be sat in there. They don't need anybody to tell them. The manager, the fans, they don't need anybody to tell you. You're going off to anything. How have we lost that game of football? Against the team. We said it, didn't we? Either team could have gone into the playoffs. Hull have taken their opportunity. They'll be absolutely delighted getting on the coach. I said it's smash and grab. Yes, it is really, isn't it? You see the stats and that. I'm sure we must have had 75% of the ball there this evening.
I think about 65.
Was it? Right, well, it felt like 75-80, didn't it? Especially in that second half. But again, what are you doing when you've got the ball? Are you working the keeper? Are you creating enough opportunities? We haven't done that tonight, I don't think. As I say, best opportunity in the one time the keeper's had to make a save is off our fullback.
Obviously, there's no other games this evening, so we can't look around at later scores. I'm sure all the Sunderland fans around the world will be having their eyes glued on the fixtures over the course of the weekend. We might as well have a look at the league table, though, as it stands. Let's do that. Because it would have looked nicer having Sunderland got the 3 points, but at the moment we're in 8th.
Yeah, I was going to say we've moved in the table, haven't we? But we've dropped down a place, I think, and Hull took their opportunity up into the playoffs there. So what can we say? Other than dust ourselves up, get ready for the next one. Got to try and put it behind you as soon as you can, though. Massive blow. And as I said, when you play on the Friday night as well, and you've got all that weekend now ahead of you, and you're thinking, watching all the other games coming in, keeping an eye on the scores, but big opportunity missed, isn't it?
Yep. That's right, though. We do have to put it behind us, and we will look forward to the next game here on SAFC Live. It's another, well, it's actually more than a week until Sunday's next game, because it's Saturday against Stoke, back here at the Stadium of Light. 3 p.m. kickoff. We'll be on air from 2:15 for that one. Just a reminder that Sunderland women are at home on Sunday. They're playing against Sheffield United. 2 p.m. kickoff at Appleton for that one. We'll see you next time on SAFC Live.